Hello. Greetings,
Hey
everyone.
guys, how's it going?
So it turns out that it's very hard to overcome the Dice Stormers team, this amazing party, who, despite putting up a wall of defenders, was breached. I was pretty fine. Could have dropped a couple of people until John went wading through my lines of defense, and then just 2 stunning strikes in a row, completely disabling the boss.
What's it called? The butter, churning the butter.
Churning the butter.
Baby. Churn the butter.
Absolutely.
And then Nathan melted the butter. Oh,
yeah.
I don't know what the Lich did. I think the Lich overbaked the pudding, but
that's right. Well and truly, just kept that oven on high.
Do you know how there's always that one person who goes just too far? Like, sure, we hit a defenseless amazingly beautiful hobgoblin while she was on the ground and killed her, but we didn't go along and like rip her soul out, and then like it's just that awkward moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's always one person at the party that goes too far.
Take it too far.
With my last spell slot,
you heal the hobgoblin. No, okay, too late.
I cast Stone of Truth. The Ghost Lord needs to make a Charisma saving throw, DC 16.
Natural
Awesome.
20.
I'm glad we spoke about this in the break.
Zone of Truth. Here it is. Would you like charisma?
Yeah, baby. Charisma saving throw on a Lich.
The Ghost Lord is an ex-druid, so massively pumped up in wisdom. Charisma, not so much. What's the DC?
16.
Okay.
Plot-wise, it's unmissable.
Quick, I'll stun him in the head.
Yep. Okay. No, I can't see any sort of resistance. I have a really, really cool sound for Zone of Truth. He said, typing in Zone of Truth quickly, and I'll trigger it while I roll.
He cannot speak a deliberate lie.
He spins round, knowing you've just cast a spell.
Now you are our good companion and a tool for good. You will help us fight the Red Hand's armies, as agreed.
Is that a question?
No. You will help us fight the Red Hound's armies, as agreed.
Are you withdrawing your troops from Brindoltown and the environments around it?
My troops are with me here, and if you do not leave soon, they will come out of the walls and destroy you.
I think he's telling the truth.
I don't think he's lying.
Come out of the walls.
Why would the Red Hand think you were helping them?
4 points of negative energy damage, Nathan.
Ow.
What did you say? What did you say, Murray?
Why would the Red Hand think that you were helping them if your army is here?
My army would be deployed against Brindle very shortly. You have saved me much inconvenience.
And so this you will not do.
Indeed. I am aware you have cast a filthy spell on me, and I shall not lie, nor would I. I will not deploy my forces against the town of Brindle.
Will you deploy them against the Red Hand?
I knew you were a tool for good, Favorite, my friend and good companion.
Why should I? I could destroy you if you try and compel me. This is true. I am a powerful enemy. Let us hold our loyalty to one another in the way we have agreed. You may be free to protect your humans, and you will leave me alone.
I think that's as good as we're going to get.
But
he speaks the truth.
hasn't. You didn't fulfill every aspect because you didn't actually fight in that, and you didn't fight in that, and you haven't helped us defend Brindoltown.
Pray I don't make this deal any worse.
Well, we still have the thing. So
didn't he promise us his loyalty? This doesn't sound loyal. This sounds.
Without my help, and apparently with yours, I feel you have a fair chance against the Goblin Horde. As long as you have the elves' help, I suppose.
Oh dear.
I feel like the Ghost Lord has read the adventure path.
Yeah, man.
Player knowledge,
Yeah,
NPC
totally.
knowledge, GM knowledge.
I couldn't resist.
Can it be in metagame? I'm not sure.
Now get out of here. I believe you have expended many of your spells. You are tired from a long day's challenging combat and exploration. I, however, am not. And then you just start to feel this awful presence start to press in from the very stones around you.
But doesn't he have a weak spot, like a necklace that we still have? And
Indeed.
Well, shall we?
But I think that's the only thing keeping us alive.
yeah,
Like
It's very
everything's
true,
kind of in
very
an equilibrium when we have that. If we
Yeah.
didn't have that, he would just kill us and take our life energy and make himself more powerful.
It's
That's
kind of
true.
everybody's holding a loaded gun at one another. At this
That's right.
It's
at
a
this
It's a
point.
standoff.
It's a Lich Lord standoff. Yes. Well, let's make our way out.
a
then
literal
and,
standoff.
put up a Leonard's tiny hut so we can just,
Have a little.
Wow.
hide
Have a
in the
little
open.
rest.
Chat.
So increasingly and gradually but threateningly so, sliding out of the walls comes a veritable horde of these ghost lines, and you kind of try to look cool as you make your way down this long curving dark tunnel, but walking faster and faster and faster as the dark energy presses towards you. And you stagger eventually and stumble out into the sand between the massive statue, the four legs of this huge statue, and put some distance between you and the lion, I suppose, to try and feel safe. Until, you cast your lovely hut. Do you have that spell available, Johnny?
No, I'm just checking. Yes, I have one more
No.
third level slot
No,
left.
really?
I can
Oh my
take
gosh.
it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Always keep a slot for Leonard's tiny hut.
Exactly.
How much are we able to heal?
Yeah.
We can rest in the hut for 8 hours.
Yeah, it needs to be a long rest, doesn't it?
That's a long
I
rest.
barely hurt at all.
Yeah, you missed all the sessions where we used everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel fantastic.
it's been 4 sessions since we've had a rest of any nature.
How long has
So-
it been since your last long rest, my child? It has been
Months.
4 sessions.
Hey Ben,
Maybe I'll take first watch.
I have dipped below half my hit points.
Uh-huh.
So actually, I've got 38 hit points. So half that is 19. No, I haven't. I've got 21 hit points.
Yeah, does anyone have physical damage? Yes. Nathan's completely healed physically. So you can. The good thing is now
No.
you're resting properly. You'll get
you-
back all your stamina
Okay.
with the long rest, and I imagine Murray has healing to burn. And
I
can
will-
heal physical wounds.
I'll heal all the physical wounds before we rest, so my lay on hands
That's
is used
right.
up.
That's right.
You can all
So, yeah.
heal your physical damage.
So I was
don't
on
even-
11.
I mean, I have 5 points of necrotic damage from joke damage, so
Really?
that will require a lot of rest, I believe.
I have now 15.
So yes, you rest up
Burns.
in the absolute comfort of this extra
Real
dimensional
burns.
space. You don't even need to set a guard because you can just pull the rope up and make the space completely disappear from this reality, which we call the material plane. I suppose there's always a chance that some ethereal creature will come tearing through the fabric and destroy your brains in but a moment. But on this particular night, it doesn't occur.
yeah, when that happens,
goodness.
it's you don't really have a choice, really. That's like
Yeah,
that's yeah.
And you don't know about that. It doesn't happen that often. And you can get all your spells back, all your hit points back, and have a conversation about what to do next. Where are you going to go?
Did we
So
give the Lich back his thing?
No, you held on to it.
We kept it as our bargaining chip so that he
Good.
doesn't.
Yeah.
it's in,
Help
it's
the
in
red
my
hand.
pocket.
Mm.
I believe we need to head to Brindoltown and see what damage we can do to the army from behind. I think the answer to that is probably not much, considering how huge they are.
Or
Yes,
do we
well, do
back
we
to
have
the
any
elves?
allies that we can maybe call on? Not the elves, of course, because they are useless old buggers, but maybe someone else?
What about the giants?
The giants are done. The giants you sent off Grinkle Bones or whatever. That seems like such a long time ago, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He went off to fetch help, and they're good allies and large. So that's cool.
What about halflings or folk of that nature? Why not go to the other extreme? Short
Dwarves.
people.
Dwarves.
Aye,
Dwarves.
dwarves and people of their
Ah,
ilk.
the dwarves are selfish and will not come out of their mountain hole.
I almost feel like giving you hit points, Mary. That was beautiful. There is a dwarf kingdom to the north of the Elsie Vale, but you'd have to go past Brindle to get there anyway.
We probably have to go past the elves to get there.
Yeah.
Do we still have the boat?
No. What
Now
happened
we
to
had
the
to
boat?
fix the boat. We've
Yeah,
got an
it
Got
elephant.
blown up.
Boat.
Yeah,
We've got an
blown up,
elephant if we
didn't
need it.
I was the elephant.
Yeah.
I-
What we were referring to.
What if we were to find a way to get the Red Hand to divvy up some of their forces to head in towards the elves? Maybe we could find a way to make that happen.
Oh, I love it.
Genius.
Can I?
You mean make them be a tool?
Make them fight.
Nice.
Well, good is served in many ways,
Indeed.
sometimes accidentally.
Ben,
Yes.
can I, with my calligrapher's supplies and my knowledge of Elvish, create a letter, forge a letter from the elves to Brindoltown saying that the elves were on their way and marching and would be there in a day?
That sounds quite plausible. Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right.
I love
will
it.
sit down in my little corner of the hut and do that.
This is why you
Excellent.
bring a rogue.
So you're forging a letter from the elves to Brindle,
Yes.
pledging their support.
Correct.
Nice.
So, which he's
Wouldn't
hoping it'll be
Nathan-
intercepted, I presume.
Nathan be a better option being an elf to write a letter like
Oh,
that?
I'm illiterate. I write owls. I don't write.
Oh, okay, cool.
I signed it Lord High Snooty Pants the Elf.
That's right.
Believable.
Very believable.
Yeah.
And maybe we could find a way to give them a little bit of a way to get towards where the elves are. You know, a little bit of a helping hand.
Yeah.
Lead some off.
You know, maybe give them a bit of an easier path towards the elves. Not exactly a path towards where the elves live, but a little bit of a hint as to where the elves might be found.
A map with an arrow.
Yep.
We elves who live in this direction up here.
We will
Definitely
be going towards you, which are here.
We'll be coming from the lake, up near the lake, like next to the lake in the big tree, by the lake.
Can I produce a map of a similar vein to the one that we had of the
goblin
path
map,
of
yep.
the red
Yep.
doom, the red
Yep.
red hand of doom?
I love it.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. All right. I'll do that.
You should do it on the same one.
Nice.
Just like put, as elves, we come from the north.
Because we love the elves. I mean,
Wow.
actually, Manu, do you have, like, Nathan, do you have any problem with this plan?
I look,
Like, speak
I've
now,
given up. I've given
considering
up.
You're an
Yeah.
elf.
Oh, but elves of it, like, yeah. There's many things I could say, but the thing is, like, ultimately, you know, I got thrown out by the elves, and I'm a bit selfish. So
And you did get your owl stolen.
yeah, they stole my
You're-
owl.
Yeah,
bastards.
they haven't been friends to Manu.
Sorry, did you say they were elfish?
Yes, I know.
Oh.
I
I do.
know,
I did.
I heard that.
And you know what?
Selfish.
Yeah, but that was appropriate because it was an actual word in a sentence. It wasn't.
I know,
It wasn't actually.
I know.
I just phrased it in a way that would make it sound bad, but not.
That's right.
No, but the thing is,
So-
like, ultimately,
What's your
yeah,
wisdom
I don't think.
score, man? It must be so low.
It's true. It's true. But no, like, ultimately, I don't think that I haven't had a good experience with the elves, and they kind of like they didn't back me up, and they kind of like threw me out. So I'm just like, meh. I'll stick around
And
with the
they are-
guys who brought the dead
Are
people
they
into the
different?
elves.
Are these guys are
Well,
different?
Manu, if you're okay with it, then well, maybe you could help us out with a little fancy map. And
Well,
I
the thing
know
is-
I've been around near the elves for a while now. Maybe between the two of us, we could come up with something that helps get the Red Hand a little closer to the elves without exactly giving them a foot in the door. And
Well, we're
you
just
know what I
forcing
mean?
the we're forcing the elves' hand, aren't we? We're not actually putting them in danger. We're just putting them into the fight.
I
What if
no,
we-
well, no, yes, that's exactly right.
So if you have a look at the map,
Mm-hmm.
Let me bring the map up.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is fed by the Stonewash coming in from the north.
Mhm.
Yes.
But
Yes.
there are other tributaries that then join the the Rest Wash coming down by the time you get to Drellin's Ferry. So if you dammed the Stonewash, I don't know how long it would take, but at some point the water level in that northern half would drop and create a natural way across for the Red Hand,
Of the lake?
avoiding Drellin's Ferry. But
Are
then
you
being on the
Mosesing this
northern
whole
side of the
situation?
Witchwood.
Now, the Red Hand will have been moving
Yeah,
at something like 10 miles a day, right? And if you look at the scale,
But they've got to get
Don't we-
across at Drellin's Ferry, which is hard.
now Drellin's Ferry was.
They did
you-
that.
They did that probably
We were
when you
there.
left.
Oh,
like
that's right.
3 days ago, maybe.
Yeah. And then it's going to take us 3 days back. So they're 60 miles in. So
Yeah.
it looks like they'd be up to Nimmen Gap at
Yeah.
least. Okay.
So maybe we just need to get to Brindle.
Yeah, we could take one of those back roads to Brindle.
Back roads to Brindle. What a great title.
Yeah.
Sounds like an album. Back to Brindle.
I love it.
Can we?
Now, you should have
Manu.
quite strong loyalties, shouldn't you, Derek? You know, your character. The whole point of you is to to acquire information and possible help for Brindoltown.
Yeah.
Wow, that was so hard to get through the sentence. Go.
Well, I was wondering if Manu, if you could perhaps get your owl to deliver this, this map or this message, and perhaps get shot out of the sky with theatrics.
My little owl.
Yeah. Do we have the little owl?
Natan,
Yeah,
you do.
yeah, we can use it. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
So would he have the wherewithal to perform such a?
He's not been trained in that, but I guess I could do a.
What's the plan to do?
To drop this to use the owl as kind of a carrier, and to maybe provoke the Hoard into shooting arrows at him and kind of feign a death and
Remember, they do have a dragon as well, which might if the dragon attacked, it would just kill it. Do you have your familiar at the moment, Johnny? Maybe because
my
that can
raven-
actually.
Well, the advantage of the owl is that it makes it look legitimately like it's from
That's true.
the elves.
Yeah.
That is actually a good point. You know what? That's a good idea. I tell him in Owlish, which is a very
So
unspoken
if it's
language.
It's going to take you 3 days to get up near. What are we saying? We're Nimon Gap. By the time you walk back,
Okay.
Elephant back, then you're going to be within. So the idea is to be within a couple of miles of the Hoard, and then get the owl to fly out over the top of the Hoard, and just drop the letter or get shot at and drop the letter or whatever. That sounds plausible. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
So we hoof it. We climb down from our Leoman's tiny hut, and
I just fly because
you do.
Timotheus hasn't done much. So
Yes.
How many of us can Timotheus carry?
one, I think.
Okay, you can carry more, but it will only carry one.
Johnny's,
Carry my outfit. Definitely won't carry Corin.
Johnny's very light and almost.
Yeah, Johnny actually would just feel like a backpack. So, sorry, Johnny. Sorry.
Okay.
Bacon.
So you make the 3 days ish journey.
Do we level up on the way? Surely.
Oh, what level? Yes, for sure. Absolutely.
Yay!
You can level up. There will be no combat left.
Yeah, or we
tonight.
could just level up at,
That's right.
Yeah, we can level
I
up.
was
at the
making
end of this
I was
game.
making it narrative.
Absolutely,
that on our
yes.
journey, we
On
take
the
our
road again.
experiences into
Okay,
account.
fine. We narratively level up.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So a series of long treks across what initially is horrible land of the Thorn Waste. All the life sucked out of it. Sort of meter by meter as the Lich extends his awful life, and then into more natural plains, relatively untouched parts of the land, and then into the beginnings of farmland and into the hilly, lovely pasturey lands to the south of Nimon Gap. Eventually, you come within a couple of miles of the Hoard, and they start more as a stain on the sky of dust and smoke rising from this enormous, absolutely gargantuan, horrifying Hoard. They start as the sounds of footsteps actually shaking the ground where you are, as large armies walk in step, or at least in the relative step, of a disorganized hobgoblin rabble. You also see, indeed, a couple of dragons, though many fewer than there might have been since you've killed many of the dragons that you've encountered. You've actually managed to take them out rather than letting them escape, which is very significant. Might play out importantly in the end. And you find yourselves, atop of a hill overlooking just a sea of enemies. Giants dragging massive big stacks of wood that's been felled along the way. This Hoard is spread right over the top of tiny little Nimon Gap, which was a delightful, relatively small town like Drellin's Ferry. They've just basically taken the place apart, looted it completely. You don't see the ruins of humans or of massacres or piles of bodies or anything from your vantage point. Mainly Nathan, who has the eyesight to see this sort of thing. It seems like the humans, the fleeing refugees from Drellin's Ferry, managed to pass on the warning, and thanks to your warnings that you gave to them, and people have seemed to have escaped in time. No doubt, a few stubborn people have stayed behind and suffered an awful fate as a reward. So you've spent a few days trying to. Yeah, so that's right. It's the same reward you get for jokes at the wrong time. You spend time training your training your owl to sort of go aloft in the air and fly over and drop a message. Is that sort of what you've trained?
Yeah, very, very seriously.
Yep. Cool.
We're not even going to make the noises of an owl, Ben.
No, no, that would be. I don't want to die.
That's like a 10 hit points reduction.
Yeah, and it's an owl. It's a giant owl, but it's only half a giant owl because
I'm not
it's
even going to
growing.
make Harry Potter jokes.
Yeah, don't.
Make Harry Potter. You're not
obvious. Oh.
Step away from Derek. Step away from Derek.
I don't even know this guy.
Do you have handle animal and those sorts of things, Nathan?
Or as a druid, I do. Yes.
He's a druid.
So as a Benjamin, let me tell you a bit about druids. All right. Handle animal is like what I do.
I take necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Oh, 1. Okay, I rolled lucky. Phew. Excellent. Do you want to give me a handle animal check or whatever it is to train this owl?
21.
Wow, lovely. The owl knows exactly what to do. Do you have stats on the owl, Nathan?
I did, but
armor class and hit points thing.
Oh my
I can get that.
gosh.
Yep.
If its AC is higher than mine, I'm gonna be so sad.
Guaranteed it's going to be higher than yours now.
I have a pretty low AC.
Johnny, how are you? How is Fagrin traveling now after that experience? Are we talking sort of nightmares? Are we talking regret? Are you angry? Or do you feel a weight lifted off your chest? Is your necromantic magic fading and you're worried? What's happening?
Yeah, I think a combination of the last two, really. Like a weight off the chest and a little bit less of that kind of evil edge that I've been to the precipice and come back a different person. But yeah, I don't know whether that'll affect my ability to cast necromancer style spells in the future. I haven't really tried them yet.
You still have 3 undead skeletons following you, which is kind of like a weird kind of reminder of who you are or who you were, and of the taint of the Lich, and that moment where you almost touched and almost claimed the long fought prize that you somehow now understand that you always were, where it was always the target of your life ever since you met this man. Yes.
Yeah, I would very much like to keep myself close to Fagrin and just make sure that he's, at least his physical needs are taken care of, like he's healthy and he's got food and that sort of thing.
But is he staying close to you, or is he staying close to the phylactery?
Maybe you should not be that close to him. Maybe you should let people take care of his needs, and you should be very far away from him. Just the thought.
I don't want to put any like seeds of doubt about your friendship in there or anything. But
if anything, I reckon the phylactery sort of repulses you a little bit. John. Yeah, Johnny.
Oh, so you go in for a hug, and he pulls away.
Gives you the cold shoulder.
He's just so you try to take care of me, and I seem to be avoiding you, but I'm actually avoiding the phylactery.
Relationship damage. Oh,
dear.
It's getting complicated.
Let the therapy begin.
Because you know what? Because we're all blokes, and it's like, well, you could talk it out. Yeah, we don't. What?
That's right.
Now let's go watch some. Let's go watch some sports ball.
That's right. Yes, absolutely.
All right. So does our plan?
Yeah. So did you have any stats, Nathan?
Yep. I armor class 12, hit points 19, speed. Fly speed is 60 feet. Perception perception 5, stealth 4.
Yeah, it's already better than my character.
How many hit points?
19.
AC.
Now the owl doesn't provide. It's got flyby, so it doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity when it flies out of an enemy's reach, and has keen hearing and sight. Okay. So it rolls advantage on perception.
So the owl takes off on this mission, on this brave mission of self-sacrifice, and yes, manages to look elvish enough to be recognized by the Hoard. They're shouting and pointing. A few arrows are loosed. I'm going to roll 1d6 arrows. 4 arrows are loosed at the owl. Okay. A hit and a hit. Oh, gosh. And a hit and a hit. Okay. No critical hits, though.
Wow. 4 hits.
So 19 AC. So there's 9 hit points of stamina. 1 gone. 5 gone. So 4 takes it above 9, doesn't it? So that's 9. So all the stamina's gone. So the owl, you just see these arrows coming, hurtling from the ground, and the owl peeps out a keening cry and twists in the air, wrenching itself out of the way. It lets go of the letter, feigning panic beautifully.
No real panic. You killed it.
turns to return to to you, and just as it's about to come out of arrow shot range, and you think all has gone well, an arrow thuds into its leg and sort of thigh area, causing 4 hit points of actual damage. And there's this cry, and the owl comes spiraling out of the sky down into the heath. And I suppose you run to retrieve it, or what do you do?
That's what you do normally with pets.
Yeah,
Again,
that's right. Yeah.
It depends on how many. Does it fall into the army or into the near it?
Into the hills. No, it was well clear. Yeah. So it
yes,
managed to just control, keep heading towards you, desperately trying to return to its loving master. But in the end, it can't maintain flight and spirals out of control, landing relatively. Birds are quite light and can hit bushes quite well. And this is a hilly, heathy, beautiful wooded area. And you collect the owl from the ground, and it looks up at you as if to say, "Did I achieve what you wanted, master?"
Yes. No. You. Well, who?
No,
who?
go back and do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
Yeah, what sort of parent are you? Are you a helicopter parent or a tiger parent? Or
That's right. Yeah. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, Al. And I suppose you then heal it up and salve its wound or something.
I guess I actually do have healing wounds, but yes, I will heal it. Of course I would.
You cast some magic to heal its wounds. That's lovely. Yeah. Awesome.
That's
how I roll.
Yeah. Coolest plan ever. I love it. Now the intention. Oh yes. So I suppose you withdraw then a little bit to sort of just to make sure you're out of range of the horde in the evening of the 3rd day. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Are we looking to the east?
About midnight-ish, Derek, Corin receives a message spell.
Oh, nice.
Corin's not here right now.
Could you?
Please leave a message after this tone.
Yeah.
I paused too long, didn't I? Sorry.
Your help is needed. Bring all the help you can bring. Hurry. Brindoltown needs the defenses to be strengthened.
Is the whisper you get from the Lord. What's his name? Yeah, from the cleric.
Was that stubborn guy?
That's this.
No, I think that was at Drellin's Ferry.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Sorry. What about Drellin's Ferry?
Goldenbrow, who's a cleric of Pelor, who's the head of the temple in Brindoltown. She's the one who would cast it. She's in the ruling council. She would presumably have been there, and this message would have been sent on behalf of Lord Jarmuth, who is the boss of the place.
So I relay this to my compatriots, and I also ask if anybody else has this spell to send a message back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I don't have it.
We should send an owl.
Your owl looks unkeen.
That's right.
I think if we just go to Brindoltown and make haste.
Yeah, but we don't have any forces to help them.
We are tools for good and good companions.
Yes.
I agree with that. Is there any way that maybe we could go via Darth and Prosser and pick up as many people along the way there as we could?
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So that's our plan.
Good. So in the morning, you head off. You can make about 40 miles. You come into Darth, and it's in the final stages of evacuation.
Okay.
I'm going to change the sounds a little bit.
I seek out.
Seems weirdly quiet and weirdly peaceful in Darth, but yeah. Yes, you seek out.
I seek out anybody who might be in a position of authority, if there's still anyone left in the town.
Yeah, there is a militia there who's been staying behind to defend Darth. There's you meet a grizzly middle-aged man. Says, who are you? Greetings.
Greetings, good sir. I am Corin of Brindoltown. I believe you are the head of the militia here?
Did your companions come with you as well?
Yeah, I think we're all here.
Mm-hmm. No. Yes, I'm here.
Looking heroic and joinable.
Don't mind the manticore and the dragonborn and the
And the
Skeletons and the necromancer and
We're the heroes.
wizard.
I think I have
What's
heard
this?
tales. I think I have
phylactery.
heard tales of a crew who match your description.
Good. Then I should not need to prove my mission to you.
Indeed.
I need to commandeer your men and take you north to Brindoltown. There is a need. We shall go through Prosser and do the same there. Do you agree?
Excellent. I agree. Yes. There was some. Do you think we really should evacuate the town completely?
Yes. It is no point trying to defend against the Hoard here. We need to make our stand at Brindle.
Yes.
How many
Perhaps they
men?
will not. Perhaps they will not travel so far south as us. Brindletown will defend them.
Perhaps they
defend
will
from
not.
them.
And if that's the case, then your farms and your homesteads will be here when you return. But right now, Brindle is in need.
Indeed. Yes, I have 20 men with me. I shall tell them the townsfolk are now evacuated. I shall tell them to gather, and we shall travel together.
Very well.
Men
Onward
of
to
Darth.
Excellent. Men of Darth. I like it.
Or maybe we
Are we
should have a
saying
rest.
Darth or Darth? I can't see the map properly.
Dauth. Darth.
Oath. Oh, and Prosser. Same sort of thing occurs at Prosser. There's far more resistance since Prosser thinks they're completely safe and that Brindletown will help to clean up this.
Darth.
Doth. But indeed, yes, you managed to collect a militia of sorts. They're a little less well defended since this is a far more peaceful area as civilization becomes stronger.
Are they
and stronger
well armed?
to the east. Perhaps there'll be better weapons at Brindletown, but yes, they have some amount of armor and things like that with them.
And my assessment about their
bits and
training, they're just
They'll do well given some good leadership.
farm hands with weapons. All right.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
I pick
Swords and maws
I pick one that's maybe not going to be as effective in battle as some of the others, and send him to Denovar and see if they can help us.
Okay.
And
Cool.
Marthon.
Excellent. Great. Yeah,
But-
I like it.
We head north.
So, presumably the Hoard is now, really just laying waste to Tarlar when you arrive at Brindle. And to finish off our evening, I'll read this bit of text, which is really, really cool. It is impossible to miss the fact that Brindle is a city at war, even though as yet there are no smouldering fires or war-torn battlefields. Soldiers toil in what only a few weeks ago were idyllic orchards and productive farms, digging trenches, raising watchtowers, and securing wooden palisades. The city is almost completely surrounded by a 20-foot-high wall of stone. The only stretch not protected in this way is the section along the river to the north that marks the city's northern boundary. 2 bridges cross the Elsier and connect the city with the river's far bank. The highest point in town is a hill, nestled in the southeastern quadrant. A large, well-built keep of stone surmounts this hill, its majestic towers rivaled by the presence of a nearby grand cathedral, which, of course, that woman I mentioned before is the chief priestess of.
Nice.
Despite the city's size, the streets, as you enter, are strangely silent and empty. Patrols of soldiers march down some roads, but there is little sign of normal mercantile activity one might expect. Upon closer inspection, it seems that many of the town's buildings have been boarded over. War has indeed come to Brindle. Excellent. It's not long when you've arrived that you are greeted by a hurried-looking guard who recognizes you, Corin, and announces to you that Lord Jarmuth would speak to you as soon as possible. And we shall leave it there. Yay. Congratulations.
Brindle.
Well Well done. Thank you,
Well
Ben.
done, everyone.
That was fantastic.
Fabulous.
I had a lot of fun. Thank you very much. It was super fantastic. Yay!
Can I just say I had to text John because I was like, the men of Darth with their mauls, you know, or there's, you know, the rogue, which was a Darth Vader, and then you.
It's okay. I gave him hit points damage. It's okay, Ben.
Yeah, and he literally came back and said hit point damage, and I'm just like,
no one got my Lord of the Rings reference, but that's okay.
No, I did. That was great.
Oh,
Which
thank you,
one?
Eric. Thank you.
Which one?
Look to the east on the dawn of the third day.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful.
Not to mention, no one also got my Odd Couple theme that I hummed in the first half, but that's okay.
Yes,
that was
good.
that was in favour of you there, Nathan. That's how you.
The thing is, I know the show. I don't know the music. I feel like I let you down there, Murray. So I apologize for that.
Well, I feel like the stage is set for you got a good taste of what the Hoard is like and how deadly they are.
I love how we've shafted the elves. I love the elves that are coming to help us against their will. I love it.
I love it.
So the presence of the elves actually adds into the a measurable difference to the final battle, as does whether the dragons you encountered are gone or whether they managed to fly off, as does whether you killed the various Wyrmlords and things you've encountered. So it all gets added into the mix. And so this elf move will actually have an effect, which is super cool, even though you lost them as allies. Yeah, it's good. Well done.
I like it.
No.
It's like they're not coming in as allies. They're just coming in as like over
we
there.
just need them at the battle.
We don't need your friendship.
We'll send the Horde to them.
That's very Lord of the Rings, isn't it? If you can actually manipulate the selfishness of the elves to make them arrive, then good-o.
I love it. Very, very cool. And yeah,
Which
lovely
makes a
thing.
selfish
the way you
reference,
did
really. Like
the way you did it with the little owl, that was super cool. Having him fly out, and then the stamina actually worked really, really nice. So the first 3 arrows just did stamina damage. None of them landed, but then the last one did. It's super cool. So yeah.
All right.
I think
time for a new owl. I think
we've honoured. Well, no, I think we've honoured.
Well, this one's nearly rideable, so we'll have to get something.
Yeah, I think we've honoured the Tarn way better than Hedwig got honoured, so that's okay.
Yes. Yes.
Can I say, not enough Harry Potter references. I didn't feel at home.
They were very
I know. With all the me dumping on people for making dumb jokes, I was actually then resisting making sort of anachronistic references because I felt bad.
No, but there was a great thing where you just went along. I can't remember what it was, but the way you described something was just like the most amazing thing, and I just felt so bad afterwards. But yes. Because I'm like, you could have used a Harry Potter reference, you didn't, and so you went with like this terribly like. You're like, I can't remember what it was, but it was amazing. If nothing else,
we'll have to watch it back.
I think the problem would be, of course, that if Ben took so much Harry Potter damage that he basically had to pass out, then what are we going to do? Be like, oh, the GM's unconscious.
Yes. Blade from the dark.
Yeah.
Well, we should say thanks to Ben and everybody, and thanks to everyone on the stream.
Yeah, thank you.
Good night.
Thanks, guys.
and I promise to turn the sound off this time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Just for giggles.
Bye.
All right, catch you guys. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.